All right, here we go, guys. Now we are in the final home stretch here with this bracelet project. Everything is looking really good. We are super happy with all of the troubles and trials and tribulations we've made it through. But the one last thing to work out is the ergonomics on this bracelet. So it's looking pretty close to the sketch that I made, but I'm just noticing that I've got this super hard edge right here. And if I wore this thing on my wrist or if I tried to slide it over my hand, I know since I use my calipers to measure this thing out that I'm going to have to really press it on there. And I don't want to cut myself, and I don't know what kind of materials I'm going to make it out of. So I want this thing to be really soft and have some nice soft radiuses and rounds on all of these edges. So let's just get right in there, and I'm just going to add some fillets, and we're going to see how that process goes, because since we're using the circular pattern tool and just patterning in general in SolidWorks, it causes so much mathematics to run that your computer can really slow up. So hopefully here we'll be able to get some fillets on here without too much of a problem here. Let's just see. We'll start with 1 mm. And let's see if we can add some 1 mm fillets to this. There we go. So it works. Take a look at that. You know, it's working, definitely. That 1 mm fillet is working, but if you see right here, that fillet just smashes right into the edge of our part of our cut feature, and I don't really want that to happen. So let me just shrink that down to 0.5 and see. There we go. Now see, if we go with 0.5, we get a little bit of space, and we should be fine. Okay, so there's that. All right, so it's going to be 0.5 all the way around. Just stick with me here as I click through this. Here we go, adding fillets to every little edge. There we go, and we're just going to say green checkbox to confirm that. All right, zoom back to 3D, and we'll zoom right in on our thing here. And yeah, my computer is just really slowing up with all this fun stuff we're adding at the last minute. I'm going to open up a new fillet, and we'll try to add a 0.5 mm fillet to that. Yikes. What is going on with this? Let's take a look. So we have a couple of little blemishes here. They're kind of entertaining. Let's just take a look. I'm going to green checkbox just for fun. Just because I can, you know? SolidWorks is great about that. If you mess up, it's not going to crash the whole program and you're going to lose all your work. It's going to go ahead and just add your screw up to your model and say, yeah, well, that's what you wanted, so that's what you get. Anyway, it looks like the fillet we just added to the top here has collided into the fillet we added to this here, and so it had chopped into the form enough that it just rounded that whole little edge off together and dove into the part. So that is definitely not what we want to do. So I'm just going to edit this feature here, and we'll try to pick a fillet that is a little bit smaller so they don't knock into each other there. So let me just try 0.25, which is 1/4 mm now. Look at that. It worked. 1/4 mm, folks. If you're out there and you've purchased your digital caliper yet for the class, I want you to look at your caliper right now and open it up to 1/4 mm. Okay? And take a look at the size of this detail that we are now adding to this part. I mean, it is seriously microscopic. This is a hilarious thing to be adding to our part. But later on, we're going to see that it is the smallest details that the designer adds that makes the part the most beautiful. So we'll just go ahead and, you know, we're going to add the 1/4 mm. There we go. Voila. And we're even going to do it on the other side too. Look at this. Okay. You're just going to have to stick with me. And I want you to notice now, for each one of these fillets that I add, the amount of math necessary to hold this part together is getting bigger and bigger. I mean, it is getting gigantic. And you can see that the time in between when I make this click and then when the fillet fires off, it's getting longer and it's getting longer with each one of these that I add. Now this is entertaining to me. I don't know why. I guess I'm a nerd, but it just kind of makes me laugh thinking about the my ability to mess with the computer in this way. I get to kind of torture it because it sometimes tortures back. So there we go. That was the last one. All right, green checkbox with our 1/4 millimeter fillet, and we are all set. Look at that. Our bracelet is done. Let's go ahead and look at our original sketch real quick. I'm just going to show that. And I'm saying that looks pretty dead on. I'm happy with it. It looks even better than the original sketch, and that is the point, right? We collaborate with the computer to take our designs to the next level, to increase them in quality. And so that is fantastic to see. I'm super happy with that. I'm going to hide that sketch again. And I want to show you one more thing before I shut this down, okay? I'm going to zoom way in on this guy. Now, in the past, I've been going to my display style button here, and I've been constantly switching between shaded with edges and shaded alone to check to make sure that I have all these soft edges and so on. But there is one more I wanted to show you, and it is this one here with the little gold ball. Integrated preview. Now, inside of SolidWorks, there's a program called PhotoView 360, and this is SolidWorks' rendering program. So most folks are used to hearing about KeyShot and Bunk Speed, which are both super high-end rendering programs that will give you the crispiest renderings you've ever seen in your entire life. But SolidWorks is amazing that it comes with its own rendering program that works inside of the program while you're working. So let me just go ahead and turn that on, and we can take a look at our part in all of its glory, fully rendered out. Click. And everything goes black for a second. Now this is going to just bombard our hard drive with a crazy amount of mathematics, but take a look at what we get. There you go. Our finished bracelet in all of its glory, rendered out in full beauty. There she is. I'm super happy with that. This is a fully solid part at this point. We are ready to go. We are ready to 3D print this baby. It is totally finished. And I'm happy to announce that it looks, from the looks of right here and here a little bit here, that 1/4 millimeter of a radius that we added does in fact give us a few more extra little fun highlights that make our part really sing. And you can middle mouse button, you can actually scroll around in this rendered view, and that's of course going to throw you into this totally pixelated state, but you still, it'll snap back to its rendered state pretty quick there. And so this is great. So if you're out there and you're working freelance, you're working at a firm, and your boss walks up and wants to see a review of your model as it is or in its finished state, you can just quickly go up here to the integrated preview and throw on a renderer and take a look at your part in all of its glory. And so that again is one of the things that makes SolidWorks so great, is that you just have this extra functionality of being able to render out your parts in a quickness. So to confirm that our 1/4 millimeter addition really did do us a benefit. So there we go. All right, I'm going to turn this off now because my computer is really getting angry at me. So there we go. A couple more things to do. I'm just going to go ahead and save this part. And then I'm also going to do a save as. Oh, first I'll just confirm real quick by using my section tool here that yes, in fact, this thing is solid and ready to print. Turn that off. And I will go save as. And I will open up my save as type, drop down, drop up thing here. And I will scroll down to STL right here. I'll keep the name the same. And I'm going to go and I'm going to save this directly to my desktop. Wherever it is. There we go. Desktop. And I'll hit save. It's going to go like that and give me this SolidWorks dialog box. It's going to say there are 70,000 triangles inside of this STL file. And that is going to be a lot of bytes. And this is where it's going to save it. And we just want to say yes. And there we go. We are done. Close this puppy down. We'll hide the SolidWorks program. And we will take a look right here. Where is it? Aha. Here it is with a nice big metal on it. Bracelet AAA STL file ready to 3D print. And there you go, guys. Thanks for playing along with all the issues we had in this tutorial, but I think that I'm gonna probably 3D print this bracelet for you, and we can all take a look at it in class. And that's that. So, like I said, happy clicking and good luck to you. Thanks for watching. In our next set of tutorials, we are gonna get into a bunch more stuff. All right, talk to you later.